Hi, I'm Jiang. I'm presenting our paper called "IntimaSea: Exploring Shared Stress Display in Close Relationships." This work was done together with Sharon, Ning, Xiaojuan, Zhida, and Ning. Today, stress tracking technologies have been made increasingly available. Consumer-facing smart bracelets and watches produced by Huawei, Garmin, Samsung, etc. offer the potential to automatically detect stress level and help with daily stress management. However, so far, stress tracking is mainly explored for individual use, and the collective sharing of stress data is still underexplored. Previous work on online sport groups, dyadic coping, and peer sport programs has shown that social approaches of stress management can be very effective. Nonetheless, they mainly rely on self-report or self-expression of stress, which might face challenges including lack of cognitive awareness of stress, lack of motivation, and insufficient verbal abilities. The use of automatic stress tracking technologies may potentially solve these challenges. In this work, informed by the idea of carrying through data, we explored collective sharing of stress tracking data among close relationships. We drew inspirations from consumers data. They proposed that instead of utilizing self-tracking data as a technical solution to wellness focusing on the self, carrying through data framing seeks to mediate the social and emotional experiences of the collective us through tracked personal data. We believe stress is a good indicator of when care and support are needed, and close relationships provide an ideal context to achieve balance between the potential of social support and concerns of privacy. Therefore, we would like to explore sharing stress data to support carrying through data. We designed and implemented a prototype called IntimaSea. It is a shared stress display featuring illustrative stress data in collective forms, as well as interactions through customizable multimedia messages. The idea of stress visualization is drawn from the Sea word. The whole interface is in cartoon style with bright and lively colors. On the display, each animal represents an individual, with its steps indicating individual stress level and its horizontal position encoding the last update time of stress data. There is also an island representing the group, and its steps indicates group stress level. Furthermore, users can interact with each other via customizable messages. The messages are shown as bubbles in the sea. Besides the shared stress display, we specially designed a messaging system. Users can add text, upload images, and create freehand drawing on the interactive message editor. With it, we hope the display can play a more active and playful role in supporting social interactions in intimate relationships. We deployed IntimaSea in real-world settings. Considering the sensitive nature of stress data, we first conducted a 2-week pilot study involving members of our research lab and their intimate relationships. Then we ran another round of 4-week field trial with participants outside our lab with more diversified backgrounds. Overall, 9 groups and 19 participants were involved. We performed thematic analysis on the transcripts of interviews. The study helped to review the meaningful roles that a shared stress display can play in close relationships, and we identified 3 themes in relation to that. For this talk, we will only cover the first 2. The first theme is about how the display mediated stress management. The study stressed that the shared stress display provided more opportunities for intrapersonal, interpersonal, and group-focused mindful awareness of stress. Our participants told us that the sharing behavior by itself made them more aware of their personal stress levels. Our system also reminded them to keep an eye on any updates and mindfully pay attention to each other's stress issues. In addition, our design of the island, which indicates the overall stress condition of the whole group, drew our participants' attention to their collective stress values. Our study also shows that the shared display provides more social ways to interpret and make sense of the stress data. Former research has found that the mismatch between the physiological signal-based stress device measures and the psychological stress users perceive often causes confusion and difficulty in interpretation. But this code shows that sharing stress triggers conversations around the stress data and helps meaningful interpretations. At first, the participant was skeptical about the accuracy of the stress data. However, after some intentional tests and discussion with her partner, she started to make sense of it. The shared stress display also enabled close relationships to play a more informed role in the co-management of stress. Intimate group members could often offer timely help when one's stress surged to a high level due to some accidents. One participant said, "I was so stressed to think effectively. His words gave me the courage to run away from those negative emotions and face the problem directly." When the high stress value was not up to date or could be expected, for example caused by concentration on work, a less disturbing way to help with stress intervention is preferred, such as leaving a message on IntimaSea. Besides, the overall stress level shown in the display also figured into the way for users to manage their stress collectively, by chatting or relaxing together if possible. Apart from assisting in stress management, IntimaSea was also leveraged to promote bonding and connections in close relationships, mainly through three mechanisms. First, some unusual stress values provided participants with a ticket to talk. For them, the screenshot of the shared stress display acted as a hint or some kind of evidence of underlying feelings. And sharing stress data signals that they desire communication and care. The stress data could also prompt other topics for bonding in general or small talks. Besides, the island and animal avatars created a sense of virtual togetherness. Our participants developed an emotional attachment with this symbolic design and treated them as something to be protected and maintained jointly. The codes show the value of joint representation of stress in promoting social connections. Compared to other more general communication channels, our participants took the display as a dedicated channel for IntimaSea. Participants thought sending messages using IntimaSea more clearly showed their purpose of caring others. One participant said, "IntimaSea is a special place, only belonging to me and my intimate ones. I know the messages on it are mainly about our life or something interesting and relaxing." Also, the way to craft messages for their close relationships is taken as appropriate to express intimacy and understanding. Based on the findings, we derived a number of implications for stress and intimacy research. So the takeaway message: while automatic stress tracking is typically approached from a personal health perspective, it provides a lot of promising design opportunities to develop social ways for stress awareness, interpretation, and management in close relationships. The meaning of stress data can also be more social and expressive, as a hint of one's underlying subjective feeling and as an invitation for interpersonal communication and care. Furthermore, sharing various types of personal data to support caring through data is a promising direction to explore. With that, we would like to say thank you, and if you are interested in this work, feel free to get in touch with us.